Hello and welcome to 7RPG. I am Sovereign. Today we're bringing you the latest info on Dune Awakening straight from yesterday's live stream, April 29th. If you're excited for this game and want to stay up to date on all the latest news, including guild information and other updates, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're bringing you all the info you need as we get closer to the release. Now let's get into it. Today we're diving deep into Dune Awakening, the upcoming survival MMO that's got a lot of us survival fans buzzing. This game isn't just throwing us into the Dune universe, it's asking us to carve our own path within it. We'll break down what makes this game tick, what sets it apart, and whether it lives up to the hype. So grab your still suits and let's get into it. Okay, so Dune Awakening is not just another survival game, it's taking the core survival elements we all know and love, the constant struggle for resources, the thrill of building a base, the danger of the unknown, and layering them with the depth and social interaction of a massively multiplayer online experience. This is a true blend of genres, and that's what makes it so exciting. We've seen these kind of games fail, with games like New World, who started out as a survival game and ended up being something completely different. But as Funcom Senior Global Peer Manager Natasha put it during the live stream, Dune Awakening is aiming to give players a chance to rise from a nameless survivor to becoming an agent of the Atreides or the Harkonnen. They're not just jumping us onto Arrakis and saying good luck, they're giving us a role to play in this epic story. Now before we get too far into Dune Awakening, it's crucial to talk about Funcom's track record in this genre. These guys aren't new to the survival scene. They developed Conan Exiles, which, let's be honest, became a massive success. Conan Exiles wasn't perfect at launch, but it evolved into a really compelling game that players could sink hundreds, even thousands of hours into, including myself. It nailed a lot of things that are crucial in this genre. Conan Exiles gave players incredible freedom to build sprawling bases, from fortified outposts to sprawling cities that dominated the landscape. You could build fortresses on mountaintops, hidden villages in valleys, and really express your creativity. This is something Funcom is carrying over and expanding in Dune Awakening, as the livestream mentioned. Dune Awakening will allow for limitless creativity in its building system. They learned that players want to build and they want to build big. But they did also mention there would be some slight limitations, as was shown here in the live stream. But it seems like there will be a block limit, let's say, on the amount of different types of things that can be placed. Now this is likely due to the massive amount of people on the persistent server, and it just, if you had one guild just building entire things, it's not going to work in this setting. Conan Exiles also didn't hold back on the harshness of the world. It was a world you had to fight to survive in, and that challenge was a big part of its appeal. Whether it was battling savage creatures, enduring environmental hazards, or facing off against other players, there was always a sense of danger and tension. Again, we see this in Dune Awakening with its focus on the dangers of Arrakis. They understand that survival game needs teeth. And one of the most important things to me is that Funcom consistently supported Conan Exiles with updates and expansions, adding new content, features, and areas to explore. This demonstrated their commitment to the game and its community, which is a positive sign for the long-term potential of Dune Awakening. They showed that they are willing to listen to the community and keep improving the game, which is increasingly important in this genre. We've been talking about this incredibly detailed and complex world of Dune Awakening, with all its hidden data and intricate systems, much like the technology powering the online experiences we all enjoy. That's why today's video is sponsored by Boot.dev. Boot.dev makes back-end web development accessible and engaging, teaching core skills like Python, Go, and SQL. They emphasize practical application through real-world projects, which is the best way to master any skill. The AI assistant Boots uses a Socratic method, acting like your personal mentor, guiding you to solutions, not giving you the answers. Plus, they gamify the learning experience with XP and leaderboards, and offer a 30-day refund policy if you are not into it. If you're intrigued by the technology behind the games we love and want to learn valuable coding skills, check out boot.dev. The link is in the description below, and use code SovereignRPG for 25% off either the year or monthly packages. So what does Dune Awakening bring to the table? Well, it's taking that solid foundation that Funcom built with Conan Exiles and layering it with some really interesting Dune-specific mechanics and some MMO twists that could redefine the genre. First off, the setting itself is a major player here. Arrakis is a brutal, unforgiving world. As the live stream emphasized, exposure to the raw, unbridled elements is death. We're not just talking about a pretty desert. We're talking about dynamic weather, like those intense sandstorms that can shift the very landscape, and a landscape that's actively trying to kill you with extreme temperatures and hidden dangers. This isn't just a backdrop, it's a core survival challenge that shapes every decision you make, even destroying your bases after creating them. Of course, it has all the survival staples, resource gathering, crafting, base building, it's all there. You'll be scavenging for materials, managing your thirst and hunger, and crafting the tools and gear you need to stay alive. But it's how these mechanics are integrated into the Dune universe universe that makes it interesting. You're not just surviving, you're surviving on Arrakis, which comes with its own set of rules and dangers, its own unique ecosystem, and its own rich history. Base building is a huge part of this, just like it was in Conan Exiles, but Dune Awakening is adding some cool twists. They've talked about cello projections for easier group building, which streamlines the process of constructing complex structures with your friends. More importantly, they are adding the ability to create and share base blueprint. Tor from Funcom's marketing team said on a live stream that the building system in Dune Awakening will allow a limitless creativity, which is exciting for those of us who love to build and show off our creations. There will be plenty of those coming to the channel. Now with the factions and politics, this is where the MMO part really starts to shine. You can align yourself with major houses like the Atreides or the Harkonnen. This isn't just a cosmetic choice, it impacts your gameplay, the resources you have access to, the alliances you form, and the kind of structures you can build. You're not just building a base, you're building an Atreides stronghold or a Harkonnen fortress, and that carries weight in the game world. And then you have the Landsraad, this political system where players and guilds vie for influence. As Joel Boss, the creative director, explained, the Landsraad has the ability to create decrees that then impact the entirety of Arrakis, which is a very cool way to give players real power in the game world and shape the direction of the server. It has real Eve vibes going on. And then we have the Exchange, which is essentially a player-driven economy. Joel Boss described it as being for players who want to become architects and sell their designs to other players. You can also sell maps, rare resources, and other valuable commodities. This kind of player-driven economy can add a lot of depth and longevity to the game, creating a dynamic and ever-evolving market that keeps players engaged. While the livestream didn't go into massive detail about the combat system, it's clear that it will be a significant part of the game from what we've seen. It appears to involve a mix of melee and ranged combat, with a focus on skill and player choice. The different factions and schools like the Bene Gesserit will likely offer unique combat styles and abilities, adding depth and variety to how you approach encounters. To establish your presence on Arrakis, you'll need something called a sub-thief console. This is how you claim land and start building your base. The livestream revealed that there are different tiers of these consoles. You'll start with a basic one, but as you progress, you can unlock advanced consoles that allow you to claim larger areas, both horizontally and vertically. Right, with what was mainly talked about in the live stream out the way, we're going to talk about some release details and some addition details, and then go into some more opinion stuff. Let's talk about when you can get your hands on this and what you'll get for your money. The large-scale beta event kicks off on May 20th. This is a huge opportunity to get a first taste of Dune Awakening and provide valuable feedback to the developers. You can request access directly through Steam or the official Dune Awakening website. Full release of Dune will be set for June 10th of this year. Get ready, so it won't be too much time between the large-scale beta and the full release. The standard edition will give you the base game, access to the vast world, and all the core survival and MMO gameplay, and the deluxe and special editions come with some extra goodies, which may change by the time it's released, but for now we're talking about cosmetic items, 5 days of early access for the deluxe edition, digital art books, and the livestream also mentioned the Caladan Palace set as a pre-order bonus for the Ultimate Edition, which gives you a unique set of building pieces and decorations to construct your base in a more regal style. It's always worth checking the specifics closer to launch, as these details can change. But let's talk about what people are saying so far online. The reaction has been really interesting, with a mix of excitement and some understandable concern. There's a lot of excitement for the Dune setting. A lot of the hype is coming from the fact that it is Dune. Frank Herbert's universe is rich, complex, and beloved by millions. And the idea of exploring Arrakis in a massive, persistent online world is incredibly appealing. People are excited about the potential for epic stories, political intrigue, and the chance to interact with iconic locations and factions. There's a lot of buzz around the hybrid nature of the game. Players are intrigued by the combination of survival mechanics and MMO elements. The potential for large-scale player interaction within a survival setting is something many have been waiting for a long time, and Dune Awakening seems poised to deliver on that. And as we've discussed before, Funcom's previous survival game, Conan Exiles, is a major point of reference. Many players are looking at the Dune Awakening through that lens, hoping that Funcom will take the best aspects of Conan Exiles and improve upon them. To give you some context, here are a few things players praised about Conan Exiles that set a good foundation for Dune Awakening. Conan Exiles featured a progression system that encouraged exploration and rewarded players for their time investment. Players unlocked new crafting recipes, skills, and abilities as they leveled up, giving them a sense of accomplishment. The game provided players with a significant degree of freedom in how they approached the world, whether you wanted to be a builder, a fighter, or a role player. Conan Exiles supported a variety of playstyles, and this looks like it's going to be going into that more, as we're going to have skill sets for builders, we're going to have skill sets for fighters, trackers, all those kind of things. Conan Exiles has a strong modding community which has added a wealth of new content and features to the game over the years. Ostensibly is something that plenty players appreciate in a survival game. However, I don't know or think that mods will be coming to this MMO setting, as we don't know if there will be a single player yet. Of course, there are also some concerns. The survival genre can be tough and the MMO genre even tougher. Players are really wary of potential issues, like some players express concerns about excessive grinding for resources or progression. Balancing PvP and PvE in a survival MMO can be tricky, and players are hoping Funcom can find a good balance there. Ensuring a smooth and stable experience in a large-scale online world is always a challenge when it comes to performance. As many people have stated previously, and in some of the tests that people have talked about on Reddit, etc., they've talked about there being performance issues. And as with any online game, there are questions about how the game will be monetized and whether it will impact gameplay, whether there be a pay-to-win aspect. Even though they have said there will not be a pay-to-win aspect, a lot of developers usually say that there's not going to be any pay-to-win, and all of a sudden there's a load of pay-to-win. Funcom has been pretty good at not having that for the most part, so we have that to think well about. However, overall the sentiment seems to be one of cautious optimism. People are excited about the potential of Dune Awakening, but they're also waiting to see how Funcom executes on its ambitious vision. The beta will be crucial in shaping these opinions, as players will finally get to experience the game for themselves. So is Dune Awakening the next big thing in survival MMOs? It's definitely got the potential. Funcom has a proven track record with Conan Exiles, and they're bringing up a lot of strengths to this game. But Dune Awakening also has its own unique identity, driven by the rich world of Dune and some innovative MMO mechanics. A combination of brutal survival, large-scale social interaction, and that unique Dune flavor is incredibly exciting. I'm eager to see how this one evolves and whether it can capture that magic blend of survival and social gameplay that so many of us are looking for. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more gaming content, including all the latest guides and news on Dune Awakening. And if you're hyped for Dune Awakening, let me know what feature you're most excited about. Are you going to be a builder, a fighter, a spice baron, or something else entirely? I want to thank you all for watching, fly safe, and avoid local chat scams.